Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in this video we're going to put together January 2024's Stamp Club card packet. So the packet looks like this. We're going to start, here's that third card I made for you, set that aside. We're going to start anyway from the pool party up to the top. This red is the second card, so we're going to set that aside and do that in a minute. The first thing I want to do is apologize because I'm going to try really hard not to cough in this video. I came down with the flu last weekend, and I have this lingering cough that will not go away. In fact, I'm going to hurry and put a cough drop in and see. Shoot, I almost made it. If we can do the whole video without a cough, this will help. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to use that bundle, the Be My Valentine bundle. It's a punch bundle. The punch looks like this. We just had our Zoom meeting. It went pretty quickly, so the video shouldn't take too long. But we're going to start, like I said, let's look at our pieces and parts. This is our card base. The pool party piece, we'll use that later. You have 3 pieces of Sweet Sorbet, 2 that are big squares that will layer with our Designer Series paper, and then the other square that layers with the perforated or stitched, there we go, stitched square here. So we're going to stamp on these 3 pieces. This one, let's make sure on this piece here, this corner out here, one of these pieces of basic white fits here, so that's going to be the inside of your card. The other one that doesn't fit there, that's what we're going to stamp and punch out our pieces with. So we're going to need these 3 pieces here to stamp on. I'm going to make sure I keep my inside over here, and in fact I'm going to stamp on that first. That way it won't get confused. So just with some black Memento ink and the stamp that says, and oh, here it is. Ooh, Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to put the Happy Valentine's Day on the inside in black. Just right. Let's try to get it straight right there. Let that ink sink in. There we go. And then with the You Make My Heart Buzz, that's what I'm going to stamp on the front. So I'm going to ink that up good in that Memento black and just stamp that down here in the corner of that stitched square like that. Okay, while I have the black ink out, I'm going to go ahead and ink up the body, or the stinger, I guess, looks like that. And I'm going to stamp that on that scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp it over here toward the bottom and toward the corner, so I have room for everything on that little piece of scratch paper. And I say little piece of scratch paper, but it should be plenty big enough to get all of our pieces and parts on like that. Now, while I let that dry, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some pool party ink. Where is my pool party ink? Here it is right here. A little bit of pool party, and we're going to stamp the wings. So that outline heart that looks like this, I'm going to ink that up. And when I stamp it, I'm going to put the side of the wing toward the bottom of my paper, and that makes it easy to get the punch like that. And I think, so here's the difference on this one. My little bumblebee has 2 wings, so you have to decide. And on this one, my little bumblebee only has 1 wing. So I'm going to go with the 1 wing this time. Leave it like that. So I only need, oh, no, I need to stamp the inside. Let me grab a piece of scratch paper, because I'm going to stamp off to fill in my wings. And I believe that my heart punch, or stamp, excuse me, has pink on it because we just finished the second card with club. Let me clean that off here. There we go. And I'm going to ink that up really good. I'm going to stamp off. There we go. And then I'm going to fill in those little wings right there. And I see a cat hair on my stamp. Nope, worked out okay. Darn it. Okay. Oh no, we need the yellow on our butterfly, or our, excuse me, on our bumblebee. not our butter or whatever I said. Okay. We have the yellow here. Make sure that's nice and dark. And I'm going to line it up here with my stinger. Looks pretty good just like that. Like that. Okay, so now, excuse me, the smallest heart on the punch, if you can see this heart here, also punches out his antennas, but I'm going to stamp his antenna directly onto the card and then position my bumblebee around the antenna. So I am not going to punch none of those. Now, if you didn't get it where you wanted it, or if you forgot to stamp them and you already put your bumblebee on there, you could use that little heart to punch out the antennas. That's the reason I let you know about that one. Okay, we got our wings now. We have all the little pieces and parts here. The only thing I haven't done is stamp his face, and I like to do that last just so I know which way he's going to face. I want to add some more to this though. I'm going to bring in some of that Sweet Sorbet ink that matches our paper, and I'm going to put these 3 little hearts. I think those are adorable. I'm going to just stamp those right there. Yeah, and I think I'm going to stamp some here. Looks good. And then using some, let's put that away. Using some lemon lime twist, I'm going to just stamp a little flower down here at the bottom. So put a little bit of greenery right here, or some leaves. There we go. And then I'm going to clean this stamp too, because this time I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on there. For some reason, I want a yellow flower on my green. So that same daffodil ink, we'll just stick a little yellow flower right here for the inside of our card. And that part's all done. We'll set that right there. Okay, let's go ahead and finish the front. See, my bee is going to look like this. So I need his eyes to be so he's facing this way. Let me find a little stamp here. All my blocks are packed with stamps. Okay. A little bit of black Memento ink. And that little happy face. And I'm going to just stamp that just like that. Look how cute he is. Adorable. So I'm going to put my ink over here. I'm going to put my little wings onto my bumblebee with a dimensional. This is how I'm going to put him onto my card. But I'm going to lay him just where I want him, making sure it's not sticky on the back. So I didn't take the dimensional covers off. And I'll lay him down and figure about where I want him. And then I'll stamp those antennas. Okay. So let's see if I have him about there. That looks good. Take those little antennas and stamp them right about there. There we go. Now another cute thing. Oh, look, I did them too low. Hang on, we're going to have to do them again. My bee, I like him up there better, so I'm going to stamp him again right above it. Whew, that was a close one. Good thing my paint covered up my antennas. There we go, like that. And then I'm going to use this little stamp here that has that stitching on there and put just a little trail behind him. So if we have him about like that, it's not going to be much showing. About like that. And put a little trail. There we go. Looks pretty cute, right? Okay, so now I think we're done stamping. Let's go ahead and put everything together. I'm going to start by just attaching my square here, my stitch square to my layer, like that. I'm going to go ahead and attach this one. You can see on your card that this white square here fits here, but does not fit here next to this. So there's the score lines that it fits in between, and it fits nicely there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that onto my card. And then that way I'll know if I fold it right or not. That'll help. Okay, let's go ahead and put our designer series paper. Now here, you'll have to decide which pattern paper, or which pattern of the paper, I guess, that you like best. I'm going to stick with the original plan and have these little bumblebees here on the inside of my card. An itty bitty little border. Well, yep, good enough. Okay, you could either have this one or this one. I'm going to stick with the flowers. Oh, poor little bee. Lay that one here. And lay that down. Okay, so now we're all ready to assemble. So I'm going to hold this here, and this fold here is going to fold over like that. See these two score lines? So if you hold it here and fold it over, it folds nicely just like that. And take my bone folder here, make sure to give those a nice crisp fold. Okay, so we have it like that. And then I'm going to take this one, I'm going to hold this and fold it the same way. See how I fold that over? So now we have those nice crisp folds for our card. And it's going to end up looking like that. So the first one is going to go here. Now you want to make sure that you only have adhesive on this panel and not on this panel here. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back left-hand side of this piece. And then a little bit of adhesive next to that score line over here. See how I still have it fold here? And then when you line this up, can you see? Let me put a piece of scratch paper here so it's a little bit easier to see. There you go. So when you line this up with a nice border here, and you lay it down, you have adhesive only where you want it. Let's do the same thing to this panel here. So again, on the left side of the layered piece, and then a little bit next to this score line here. That way when you lay it down here, it has a nice border, and it looks like that. And then you close your card, it looks like that. And then when you open your card, it looks like that. And look here, that's not good. So I'm going to take this piece off, and I'm going to fix it so that you can't see that little border there. And just move it over a little bit. I always show you what not to do. Hopefully you don't have to take your card off and it works out just right. I'm going to layer this one a little bit closer over here so it doesn't show. There we go, when you shut your card. Okay, and then with some dimensionals on the back of this, well, there we go. All thumbs. At least I'm not coughing. That's one good thing from the video so far. I worried about that the whole time. I was going to cough my head off. Alrighty, we laid that right there in the center. Look how cute. And then we just need to add our little bumblebee here. Making sure that his antennas and his little wing-a-ding, and looky there. There's your card. Cute, right? Alrighty, let's go on to the next card. Although a little bit of Wink of Stella on his wings or on his body would always be a nice finishing touch to a card like that. Let's bring in that next card. Looks like this. So we have a red card base. I'm going to go ahead and fold that just in half. That's ready to go. We have a piece of Designer Series paper. I'm going to just go ahead and add that to the front of my card with that really pretty gold foil plaid on the front. Alrighty, now let's do some quick stamping. So we have the red piece that'll be on here. We'll use that later, the little strips of Designer Series paper. And let's stamp on these two pieces here. I'm going to start with the Happy Valentine's Day in the corner in that black Memento ink. Ink that up good. Let that ink sink into the paper. There we go. That's the only black Memento I'm going to use. I'm going to bring in a little bit of Bubble Bath. I love this light pink. I think it's really pretty. I need to clean that Pool Party off of that heart. This is the same heart that we used for the wings. We're going to stamp just some random hearts around the front, kind of make a background. Let me bring in my card. I didn't even show you what card we're making. It looks like that, and this is the one we made today. So we're going to just stamp a few little hearts here, maybe one there, and then one over here with that light Bubble Bath. And then using the three little hearts together, let me make sure he's clean because we used him for the inside, I think, or the other side. I don't know what we used him for. We're going to just stamp a few little hearts here, a few little hearts here, just some random. I think that'll look pretty good. And then let's do the same thing to the inside. And then stamp a few of those little hearts here. Just because we can. There's also this little heart, the last little heart in the stamp set looks like this. You could also stamp that, but let's go ahead and lay some hearts down and just see what they look like. Where did my strips go? Here we go. So with the punch, before I put anything away, because I might want to stamp some more hearts, with my punch, I'm going to put your Designer Series paper in there. You just see how just the two hearts are going to be punched out. Let's punch out 4 of this color. And you should have plenty of paper that if you want more than 4, you can cut as many as you want, or punch as well. You can't punch as many as you want, but you could probably get more than just the 4 out of there. And look, I cut this one. I kind of cut his little, so I'm going to take it over here and punch another little heart. There we go. Kind of got the edge of that one. Okay, so now I have all my, excuse me, so sorry, my little hearts. And I'm going to put a dimensional in the back of 3 of these. I think I want one maybe here, and then one maybe there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then using mini dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple with mini dimensionals and see how that goes, and just kind of decide if I have enough stamping on there. And I think I do. I think I'm happy. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and set these others aside and layer this onto this scallop rectangle. And I'm going to just lay this flat, and then I'll add the rectangle to the front of my card with dimensionals. Layer in there just inside that stitching, so it looks like that, and put some dimensionals on the back. those dimensionals backed off. Excuse me. And then using my plaid, whoop, not upside down, I can make it so it's straight, looking at those plaid lines going through my scallops like that. Okay, I think we're done with this then. Let's go ahead and add our little hearts with the dimensionals. Kind of just layer those on there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Which is here? We can put him right here. Look, I happened to catch that little heart in the point of the heart. I don't know, I think it looks cute with the position where the little heart is. And then that one right there. And then there you go. And since we have some hearts left over, let's go ahead and add those to the front of the inside of our card. A little bit of adhesive. And we'll just stick that one there. And I think I'm gonna just add the 2 big hearts like that to the inside. Add that to the inside of our card. And there you go, just like that. So there's that card. Let me bring back in the other card. Sorry about the glare. Thank goodness we're getting done when we are. The sunshine's starting to come in. Alrighty, there you go. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. Thank you so much for being a part of Club, and I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.